Hello, hello, hello. Who is here with me? Let me know who is here live. So if you are live with me, I would love to know so we can speak, we can answer your questions, we could talk, and I'll know who you are. And then if you are watching this recorded, welcome. I always admire those that follow along with recorded classes and make it work in their lives. And if you've been diagnosed with osteoporosis or osteopenia, you can't afford to do nothing. That is the first step in, all right, what are we going to do here? And then you learn all the things that you need to do in order to take control of your bone health. And that, my mission is to raise awareness to that is possible. It's possible to reverse bone loss. It's possible to take control. And then, of course, all of the other aspects of how we've been misguided and misled to think that we're fragile eggs that are going to break and that getting older is what happens. This is what naturally happens. And that's not true. Mary Jo, hello. Oh, wow. What are those purple things there? You know, they're always adding new things here. So I see these, it says number one with a queen head. I love that. All right. And good, Mary Jo, because then you're here. So at least you'll get some of your 12 postures out of the way, right? Especially with posture and balance. And good for me to know because I'll definitely focus on some of the ones you need to focus on, the top 12 from the study, 12 poses versus osteoporosis. So any questions you have for me or anything, let me know. And the focus of today is balance and posture because I'd say that those are some of the pretty most important topics: balance, posture, flexibility, and strength. And those are the four categories that I see within yoga therapy for bone health, or really in the bone health world, what it is we need to focus on. Fall and fracture prevention being really critical. And if we do fracture, that we heal quickly, right? So we're not always going to avoid fractures, but the fact that we heal quickly. And yeah, so I'm going to go do that. You're welcome. Yeah, because I don't know that I would normally do that. And you know, Mary Jo, usually the way that I handle my live classes, so my live classes, I teach in 8-week increments, and then I have one whole week off. Next week is my week off. And the last class, I usually do the 12 postures. So I just did those on Tuesday in my class. And right to the final wire, I got it in. Never understand how Dr. Fishman does it in 12 minutes, although there is a lot of description because I want to make sure it's safe. So that plays a role as well. All right, well, I'm going to get started. Glad to have you here, and it'll be nice to know you're out there. So for today's practice, balance and posture is the focus, which is great because those are 2 out of the 4 things we really need to focus on: balance and posture, flexibility and strength. So we're going to be doing those 2. And I'd like to say that as we maybe make balance and posture a focal point, we are still working on flexibility and strength, because the postures that we bring into our body to support aspects of balance and aspects of posture are typically going to be stretching or strengthening something. So whatever the focus is, we're always going to be doing a great job at hitting some of the most important factors when it comes to our bone health. So make sure that you have a blanket, a block, and a strap, a wall if you need, a chair nearby if you need. Because this is a balance class, I really would like to do some challenging aspects. So therefore, the chair may come in handy for many of you. So you do whatever is appropriate for you. And then we're going to begin in a seated position today. So a couple of ways to begin seated. You could sit on a chair if you'd like. You could sit on a bolster. I'm going to take this blanket and I'll sit on this like this, just a double fold of the blanket. If you have tight hips, and especially because this is the beginning of the practice, you may want to fold your blanket up even again and make it in 4/4. And you could even sit on a block if that feels comfortable for you. So there are many ways. The thing is that if you elevate your body, then you allow for the opening of the hips. And then you're going to reach under and grab hold of the flesh. So this is important because then you expose the pelvis. And when we are able to sit on the pelvic bones, it gives you a better postural position. So reaching under, grabbing the flesh, and then getting yourself into a position that is relatively comfortable. Now, seated position is not always comfortable, especially when the body is not warmed up yet. So try to get in as comfortable as a position as possible so you're not distracted by the seated posture. Another thing I'd like to say, if you are near the back of a wall, you could, or in the chair, you could put the block behind you. And actually, I think I'll do this today. You could put the block behind you so it goes right behind the bra line or the heart area. And this actually helps to support posture. So it makes it a little bit easier to sit in this upright position. If you're not able to do that now, I recommend that you try that at some point using a block behind the heart area, because this is typically where the spinal postural bend begins, is right around the bra line or the heart area in the back of the spine. Usually the top of the body is forward, and that's the part of the body that takes a lot of the pressure. And then right below that, in the front of the spine, is where the compression and wedge fractures occur in the spine. So having a block, I have a block, I'm putting it like this back here behind my heart. So you take the block, you put that behind you, and you'll just see how it just gives you this nice erect, upright position. And that actually reminds you, this is the correct postural position in a seated and or standing part of life. We're doing all of the things we do, sitting, moving, walking, practicing yoga. So whatever that is, find this. So we're going to focus on balance today, and I'd like to begin by balancing both hemispheres of the brain. Our breath shifts every hour and a half. We breathe more predominantly out of one nostril for an hour and a half, and then we switch. Not sure exactly why. We think it may be a way of the brain doing some cleansing activities where one side focuses on the breath, and then there's a way to repair and to heal. I learned this in my training in yoga at a science center that studies yoga in the south of India called Kavaila Dham. And lots of neuroscientists there and lots of PhDs, a lot of really brilliant minds at work. So every hour and a half, the breath shifts. We are going to regulate that with a breath work called alternate nostril breath. And in Sanskrit, it's known as Nadi Shodhana. And this is a way to balance. So the traditional hand position would be that the thumb closes off. The right hand is what's used most often and traditionally. And of course, if you want to use something else, go ahead. The right thumb closes off the right nostril, and you only need to touch the top part where that round part of the nostril is in order to stop the flow. And then the ring finger and pinky finger stop the left. So we go back and forth between the right and the left, we close them. Now, in order to do a complete cycle of alternate nostril, we begin with the inhale into the left nostril, the exhale through the right, the inhale in the right, and exhale through the left. And that is considered one complete cycle. Inhale left, exhale right, exhale left. So let's begin. Find a position to sit in that's most comfortable for you. And then let's begin by closing off the right nostril with the right thumb, breathing in and out through the left nostril. Now, if you have anything in your nostrils, any sticky stuff, you could blow your nose, or you could even do to cleanse your nostrils. And then breathing in and out through the left. Closing your eyes, paying attention to your breath, noticing what you notice as you breathe in and out of your left nostril. And then let's begin. I'll guide you through a couple of rounds. Take an exhale out the left nostril, closing off the right. Let's begin. Inhale left, close off the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right, close off the right nostril, exhale left. Inhale left, close off the left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right, close off the right nostril, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Continue on your own, beginning with the inhale left. Pay attention to the breath coming in the nostrils. And feel the breath going out the nostrils. Let your awareness be right where the nostrils are. Feel that breath go in, feel that breath go out. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Inhale right, exhale left is the pattern. Finishing the cycle you're on, take 3 more complete rounds, beginning with the inhale left. When you finish your last round, keep your eyes closed. Bring both hands down onto your thighs. Keep your mouth closed, breathe in and out through the nose. Bringing your awareness to your eyes. You're going to gently allow the eyelids to blink themselves open. Take your time. Let the eyes open when they're ready. And then notice how you feel. If you do have a sense of relaxation, that is what happens when we do breath work, when we stimulate the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. And in the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system, that's when your body shifts to the bone building zone. When we're in the stress zone, the sympathetic branch, the fight-flight branch, that's when the bones dissolve. It dissolves your bones to release alkalizing minerals to manage the stress hormones that are being secreted during the stress response. So focusing on stimulating parasympathetic nervous system in order to support bone building and to shift out of the bone dissolving zone. Okay, so let's do a seated warm up today. So here, depending, the way that you can tell how high you need to put your body, when you sit in a crisscross leg position, notice where the knees are. And if for you the knees are elevated, that is an aspect of tightness in the hip joint. So the higher you bring your body, the lower your knees will go, the more relaxation will come into your hip joint. So you can use the double fold, taking your blanket and doing a double fold for seated if that works for you, or you could actually fold that again and come to a higher seat. And that's going to allow for that opening in your knees and in your hips and in your legs. And then even those of you that have knee issues, the nice thing about sitting in the crisscross leg position is that you're able to get the knees to bend because the knees are out to the side, indicating that you're in an external hip joint rotation. You're not forward here. So you're using other muscles, not necessarily the quads. And so they're involved, but you're getting other movement. You're getting into a different position in your hip joint. So you're able to get that knee flexion that you might not be able to get otherwise. So come here into this crisscross leg position. Take your hands on your thighs and let's move through extension, a back bend, opening up your chest, stretching. Let your gaze go across the room toward the wall and the ceiling meets. Lengthen your spine, bring it into a back bend. Gently push your belly button towards your low back in order to protect that. Your head is up. This is your inhale. You're open. You're receptive. As you exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis back. So move back in your pelvis. Push your belly button to your spine. Try to take that curve out of the low back only. Hold on to your legs with your arms. Do not collapse or get shorter in your body. So stay as tall as you are when you go into spinal flexion in the lumbar spine. And then inhale into that extension. Exhale, just the bottom part of your spine. The pelvis tilts back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Feel this movement forward and back. And then one more. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's move into the next spinal movement. We're warming up the spine. We're going to go side to side. So this is taking your spine and bending your spine to the side. Take one hand onto the ground, bring the other hand up. If your shoulder doesn't like to go up all the way, you could actually put your hand behind your head and just lift your elbow up, or you could lift your arm all the way up and over. The hand that goes onto the ground, bend the elbow as you go side to side, and then keep your arm alongside your body. This is not about how far over you go, so don't compromise the spine by coming forward in front of your face with your arm. You want your arm to stay to the side. So even if you only come to here, keep your arm to the side. Don't bring it forward to think you need to go over farther. So go over as far as you can and should safely to keep your spine safe, especially with osteoporosis, with the diagnosis of osteoporosis. The next time you come to a side, stay there. Take your hand behind your head and turn your head up to the sky. Push your elbow back. Bend the elbow that's on the ground. Lift your heart, lengthen your spine. Push your heart forward. Take an inhale here. And then come up with length. Let's go to the other side. Hand is on the head. And then look up towards the sky. Really lengthen that elbow up. Lengthen that side of your body. When we do posture work, balance work, you want that communication to be in your trunk. You want your core muscles, stabilizing muscles to be active. And you want the communication up and down your body to be free flowing. And then bring yourself up. So we did extension and flexion. We did lateral flexion side to side. Now we're going to come into rotation. Let's begin with the head. Inhale, look up and back, and then bring yourself back to center on the exhale. Inhale, And back to center on the exhale. Inhale, back to center, back to center. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's move the rest of the spine. So take your elbow back, use the other hand on your leg. This is your inhale, and exhale back to center. Inhale, and exhale back to center. Elbow goes first. One more. And then bring yourself back. Let's take the legs long, unbending the knee joint. So now it's like if you kink a garden hose, you stop the flow of water. So when we bend our joints, we're stopping the flow. And now we opened up that flow. So feel that flow coming into your legs. Let's warm up the legs. Sit nice and tall. This is a challenge for posture. Point and flex. Point and flex. And then separate it out. Point one, flex the other. Point one, flex the other. Feel your hips moving. As you do this, you point one, you lengthen the leg. One side gets shorter, one side. So you're actually moving your hips in the gait movement. So we're warming up the pelvis, warming up the SI joint, warming up some of the musculature around the pelvic bone area. Largest bony part of our body is our pelvis. And then bring yourself back to center. Now this is a hip joint movement. You're going to open your legs, open your toes to the side, and then bring the toes to the center. Open and close. Now check in with your posture here. Are you slouching? Did you get shorter in between your rib cage and your pelvis? Sit tall. A really great way to do that is here's your clavicle bones. Imagine there's helium balloons on your clavicle bones, lifting your heart up towards the sky. And we're strengthening, we're warming up and using posture muscles in this process. And then bring yourself out. So let's come into a posture while we're here. We're going to do a twist, seated twist. I get asked this often about twists. So twists are the best, one of the best ways to stimulate the bones in the spine, and you have to do them safe. What is not safe is when you jam on this area of your body. If you are collapsed in this part of your body and then you try to rotate over it, that is unsafe. What is safe is keeping the safe spinal space. So right underneath your heart to your belly button, there are 7 vertebrae here that are the most fractured in osteoporosis. You want to not let the space get shorter as you rotate. So keeping the space open and not closing the space and then rotating. So I mean physically, if we had a tape measure, the distance between this hand and this hand is what you want to maintain in your body when you're doing your practice. So bring the block over to the side. Let's do the same side, even if it looks like you're mirroring me. Let's take the right leg and bend the right leg. Take the block on the floor behind you. Now, some of you need the block, some not. It really depends on the size of your torso, the length of your torso, the length of your arms. Let's hold on to the right leg and pull your heart towards that leg. So pull that leg towards your heart and lift the left elbow here. So you maintain this upper body carriage when you do your rotation, and that'll help you stay safe in your spine. Keep that left arm lifted. Take the right hand on the floor or on the block behind you. Your left leg is active. Pull those toes towards you. Now push the left leg down, the right leg down. Get tall in your body. Take an exhale. And then let's enter the posture. As you inhale, turn the lower ribs, turn the middle rib cage, and then turn the upper rib cage deep into the right into this rotation. Active left foot, toes are towards you, leg is pushing down. Lift that left elbow up, push into the floor to get nice and tall. Chin slightly tucked down and back. Lengthen your neck, lengthen your torso. Lift your heart. Lower the shoulders, slide the shoulder blades towards each other, and then push the shoulder blade forward to lift and to lengthen your spine. Deep breaths down to your belly, down to your back, down to your pelvis. Keep that left elbow lifted. Push and get tall. You're not leaning on the right hand, you're pushing away from the right side. Take one more breath. And then with length, with a tall spine, unwind all the way. Let's go to the other side. Take your right leg straight, push the block over to the other side. Hold on to that left leg, keep your elbows lifted, pull that left leg towards your heart, hold on to the left leg with the right arm, and take the left arm on the ground behind you. Active right foot, push down with the right foot, pull the toes towards you, push that left leg into the body, and keep that right elbow active. Exhale. As you inhale, turn the whole lower rib cage to the left, turn the middle rib cage to the left, and now the upper rib cage to the left. Once you get here, start refining. Get the helium balloons to lift your rib cage right by the clavicle bones. Push the shoulders away from the ears. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Push the shoulder blades forward to lift and lengthen your heart. Keep that right elbow lifted. Pull the right toes towards you. Push that right leg into the ground. Long spine. Lifted heart. Pushing away with length and rotating. Use the shoulder blades at the back of your body to help. You're trying to rotate your middle thoracic spine, and it's not very mobile because the rib cage is attached to it. Push down with the right leg, right arm up, shoulders away, shoulders pressing forward, tall spine. Deep belly breaths. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself up and out. Now, bring your soles of your feet together to take a little break. When we do these twists, we are strengthening our postural muscles in our upper back area. So it strengthens posture, and posture is a critical element of fall and fracture prevention. So part of the balance equation is having the muscles to hold you up so you don't fall. Pushing your knees down towards the ground. Now that was called the straight leg twist. We're going to move into the bent knee twist. So with the bent knee twist, for those of you that have knee issues and you cannot bend your knee, you're going to put one leg across and one leg over. Whatever leg is in front is the one that we rotate over. So for those of us that are going to bend our knees, we're going to move the blanket. We're only going to sit on the blanket with the left tushy cheek. Take the left leg, bend the left leg, and the left heel goes underneath your right buttock. Your left tushy is on the blanket, your right tushy is on your left heel, and you bring your right leg across your left leg. So we are in a twisted position in the bottom. So now we're going to rotate and twist the spine. We're also getting some posterior hip capsule action here. So the bent knee that's in front, that hip is going to get stretched and pulled on. We're pulling on the bones. So hold on to the right knee with the left hand, push into the ground or into the block with the right hand. So you're tall. Exhale. Inhale, lower ribs, middle ribs, and the upper ribs. Push down with the shoulders, slide the shoulder blades towards each other, push forward to lift, to lengthen your heart. Now keep that left elbow active. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Keep your shoulder blades closer to the center of your body. Keep your chest lifted, your spine long. And then your hip, so the right knee is up. You're going to push that hip down towards the ground. Don't let it move out of this tension. Keep working in the tension. Keep that left elbow lifted, push away, get tall. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other, press forward to lift and to lengthen. Deep breaths, keep your mouth closed. Take one more breath. When you come out of a twist, you come out tall and with length. Push the block to the other side. We'll go to the other side. Now the blanket will go underneath the right buttock. You'll bend the right leg and put the right heel underneath the left buttock. If you are keeping your leg straight, right leg goes to the side. The left leg goes over the right leg, whether it's straight or bent. And then your hand is on the block below you. So sit nice and tall here. Keep your right arm lifted. Push down to get tall. Exhale. And then let's enter lower ribs, middle rib cage, upper rib cage. Push that left hip down to lengthen that hip. Keep that right elbow lifted. Push down to get tall. Lift your heart, lengthen your spine. Lower your shoulders, slide your shoulder blades towards each other, and then press the shoulder blades forward to lift. So press down to get tall. Keep that right elbow active. Keep your spine nice and long. Breathe down to your belly. Push down and away from the ground. Keep lifted and active. And keep applying that rotational force. Do what feels safe and appropriate for your body. Take one more breath. And then with length, you're going to unwind, come out of that. Let's come to sit on the blanket. Take your legs wide. Bring the block in front of you. So wherever you need it, it could be that you need it on the high level. It could be that you need it in the medium or all the way down to push down and keep that spine nice and long. So especially when we're doing a class that focuses on posture, to always be thinking about your spine. If you can raise that awareness here, you can take that off the mat into life, because compression wedge fractures are what we need to avoid. Most of the fractures in osteoporosis are in the spine, and that's from unawareness in the way we stand, sit, and move throughout the day. And 53% of the women that had a hip fracture had a previous spinal fracture. So it's the beginning of the breakdown in the body. So sit here nice and tall, legs are wide. You're going to feel probably a pretty strong stretch here. So getting that flexibility component here, keeping your legs nice and limber, your joints limber, lots of space in your body. And so if you do fall, you either stop the fall, or if you fall, it's less harmful. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Take your block off to the side. Let's do some movement here. So get your blanket onto the mat. And this is protective for the knees, so that's why we use the blanket. And then having limber wrists is important here. So take your hands, ideally your pointer fingers would be forward, spread your hands here, and then bend all of your toes on one foot. So the ball of the foot is pushing into the floor, you're pushing through the heel. You'll feel that maybe in the feet, maybe in the calves. Do the same thing with the other side. Keeping our feet limber is really important for balance and for communication in the body. Again, the other side. And push your fingers into the floor as well, and then let's go to the other side. And then come up, let's warm up our wrists here. So take your hands, move your hands, your wrists, and then open your hands like you're grabbing for something. Move the fingers, just articulate more wrist circles here to help bring in some flow into your wrists, and then shake your wrists. So we'll come into plank. This is a great front body strengthening posture. If you need to modify, you would take your hands forward and let your whole pelvis go forward, and then you have to manage holding your pelvis here. Your pelvis is forward of your knees. If you're going to come into the posture, you could come in with your arms straight and bring your feet up. So do what's appropriate for you, and then spread your fingers. And close your eyes. I want you to be here and feel this. Now, if it's really, really, really challenging, you could put your tushy in the air a little bit, and that'll help to minimize. If you can, stay pretty even with your head, your torso, your pelvis. That would be good. And then if you're feeling pretty good here and you want a little bit more challenge, press your fingers into the floor, and then lift one leg up. Push your weight back into the foot that's still on the ground. Lots of strength for that leg that you're weight bearing on. And then let's switch. Bring that leg down. Push through both heels. Push through your hands. Really push the fingers in. Make sure you're bending all the toes here. Take one more breath. And then let's come out of that and let's take a break. So bending your knees, sitting in this kneeling position if you can. You could be high in a kneeling position. You could do crisscross legs. Close your mouth, close your eyes. and catch your breath. And then take one more breath. And then gently open your eyes. So let's go down the ground and do a back bend. So for posture and for balance, really working on strengthening the upper body is pretty critical. And so let's do a prone position, to position our body on our belly. So having the blanket here will be nice for the hips. You don't have to have this, but if you do have one, it's really nice. Take the blanket a little farther down the mat. And then come onto all fours. Take your knees back to the very back edge of your mat. And then bring your hands forward so they're in alignment with your shoulders. You're not too wide here. Forward, forward. And then bring one forearm down to the ground and then the other. And that's even a nice way for you to come down safely in your spine and not round your spine. And then push your body back so that your pelvis is on the blanket. And then look down. Your elbows should be underneath your shoulders and your palms are spread. The toenails are touching the mat, so don't bend your toes under here. Have your toenails touch the mat. Now push into the floor and then push your heart forward and at the same time push away from the floor and then look up across the room where the wall and the ceiling meets. Now this is going to stretch the belly. We want to stretch the front of our body, the space in between the lower ribs and the pubic bone, the core muscles. These shorten from sitting, and the more lengthened you are here and the stronger you are in your back is good for posture, good for spinal health, good for fall prevention. Deep breaths here. Take one more breath. Now with lengthening your spine, you're going to lower down onto the ground. Take your elbows out to the side and let your forehands one on top of the other. Let your head be supported by the back of your head, by the back of your hands. And then let's exhale. As you inhale, feel like you're pushing a marble away with your nose. Push into the ground, let your head lift up, and exhale to lower. Inhale, marble, pushing up. You're pushing a marble away, and then your head lifts up. Close your eyes. Feel your back muscles activate here to lift your head up against gravity and to bend your spine as your head moves up and back towards your tailbone. Bending your spine. And then one more. Bring yourself down. Now let's take the arms right out to the side at a 90-degree angle. So the elbows are coming right off of the shoulders. The forehead touches the ground. Walk your feet so your big toes touch. The toenails are touching the ground. The top of the feet's touching the ground. Exhale. As you inhale, your nose is pushing a marble away. Push your hands into the floor. Drag your hands back or your arms back as you lift your upper body up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Inhale. And exhale. And then one more. And then bring yourself down. So now that we've warmed up the spine, let's come into locust posture. The goal here is to bend the spine in a back bend and to push the back of the bones into each other, to push them into themselves. So reach long with your legs. Press all 5 toenails on both feet into the floor. So you're pressing the pinky toenails in as well. And then lift your head up, lengthen the back neck, let the forehead touch the ground. Exhale. As you inhale, push a marble away with your nose. Lift your head up, lift your torso off, lift your arms up, palms face each other, thumbs are down. And then lift your legs off the floor. Now reach long with your legs, reach long with your hands, long with your head, long with your spine. Close your eyes. Now push your heart forward and try to bend your spine even more as you reach your hands back. Slide the shoulder blades towards the center, towards the spine, and then push the shoulder blades forward to push the heart forward to bend your spine even more. Now your legs, roll your legs in the socket so the inner thighs roll up towards the sky, the soles of the feet point up towards the sky. Reach long with your legs, long with your fingers, active body here. You're trying to make a smiley face from the crown of your head to your toes, bending your spine, bending your body. Now squeeze your tushy cheeks, that'll help to relax the low back. Push the pubic bone, which is the front of your pelvis, into the floor. As you reach long in your arms, reach up, strengthening the arm muscles, the posture muscles, the spinal muscles, the back body muscles. Deep breaths here. Take one more breath. When you come down, go down slow. Let your elbows go out to the sides. Take the hands one on top of each other. Let the forehead rest. Take your legs wide. Bend your knees and let your feet flop side to side. Keep your pelvis on the floor. Don't tilt your pelvis. Let the legs flop. Let this be relaxation in your joints. Deep breaths to your belly. And then go ahead, let your legs rest. Couple more breaths here. And then you take your arm long, you roll onto your side, you bend your knees, take your hand on the floor in front of you, and then you push yourself up from the ground. So let's move on. We're going to come to a standing position. We're going to come to that through a back body stretch. So take your knees onto your blanket, take your feet wide so they're all the way as wide as the mat, and then push your body back, spread your fingers, lift your tushy up in the air, and from here keep your gaze forward as you try to push one heel towards the ground, stretching the back of the body, the calves, the Achilles tendon, the plantar fascia, and the feet. Lots of communication for balance comes from your feet. Try to push both legs down and then bend the knees, both legs down. The hip joint is where you're bending, not in your spine. And then push both feet down. Let's walk back. Keep your head lifted forward. Don't let your head hang. Use the muscles to support your head. Bring your legs up onto your thighs. And then if you do have a blanket on the floor in front of you, reach down and grab that blanket. And then slowly bring yourself all the way up. So with the standing part of the practice, let's begin by finding alignment in our body in a mountain posture. So bring the feet pretty close together. You could touch or just have them slightly apart. Pick up the toes off the floor, push the ball of the foot into the floor, spread the toes, put the toes back down on the floor. And then take your hands down alongside your body. Now push your ball of the foot into the floor, the heels into the floor. Push the top thighs back, tailbone down. Push your hands back and down towards the ground. This is called Mountain Tadasana. Your pubic bone at the base of your torso, lift the pubic bone up towards the lower ribs to bring you into a neutral pelvis. Clavicle bones on the top of the torso here feel like helium balloons are lifting them up. Can you get an inch or two taller? Push your hands back, push your hands down. Your chin parallel towards the ground. Push your chin back and up. Feel that length coming to the back of the body. And your hands are pushing back. Your shoulder blades are sliding towards each other like you're holding a pencil. And you should feel, probably, some heat in the back of your body and your spine. We're aligning the spine in this nice position, reminding the body of what proper posture position is. So stacking the joints of the spine so your body can feel this position. And then take one more breath. Now from here, let's move right into a tree pose and see how it feels in your body. Beginning with a standing practice, it's a nice place to try it, and then maybe even go back to it to see if you had improvements. Or maybe you fatigued yourself depending on the level of practice you do. Bring your body over to one side, bend the opposite toes, let the knee go out to the side, and then bring your foot up in between your ankle and your knee, or you could have the toes on the foot with the heel pressing up against the lower leg bone. Now, tree posture, it's called Vrikshasana in Sanskrit. It means becoming a tree. So this posture that we're doing, the work that we're doing, is to become sturdy like a tree. So you might be having your foot come down. That's okay. Just come right back up. Put your hands anywhere they feel appropriate. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Let those helium balloons lengthen your spine. Belly button towards your spine. Be nice and firm in your torso as you stand in your tree posture. You could add a little challenge, tipping yourself side to side, and let your body figure that out. Let the foot and the ankle figure out where you are in space. It's not about staying up without the foot going down. It's challenging yourself, getting stronger in your balance. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. We were there for a minute, so maybe you feel the foot, the ankle, all the work in the muscles there, especially when you start to challenge yourself. Hands are down, coming through mountain. Lift the toes, spread the toes. Push the thighs back, tailbone down, clavicle bones up, head back. And push yourself to the other side. Bend the toes, knee out to the side, and bring the foot in between the knee and the ankle on the other side. Here, you decide where you want your arms to be. You decide if you want challenges or not, and do what feels appropriate for you in your body. It's your practice, your tree pose. Feel your body, feel your foot, feel your ankle, feel that work. And then if you do challenge yourself, feel how your body turns on muscles on one side, turns on muscles on the other side. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out, bring yourself all the way out, shake your legs, shake your feet. So a little foot mobility and balance challenge. Take your hands on your waist. When your hands are on your waist and your elbows are back, that brings the shoulder blades onto the back. So for protecting balance, this is a good place to stand here. And then let's take one foot off the floor, point, flex, point, flex. So your leg is lifted, you're gonna strengthen the quadriceps, strengthen those leg muscles, strengthen the hips, strengthen the opposite hips, the stabilizing component, the balance component. The foot is gonna get worked. Now circles in one direction and circles in the other. Lift your heart, and then let's come out, let's go the other side. So I like to move to a place where I start to feel the heat generating in my standing leg, and especially if you've been doing the practice and doing other postures before. And this is a good thing to do just standing anywhere. Point, flex, point, flex. Stabilizers on one side, pelvic bone, leg bone strength, and balance in that standing leg foot. So single leg balance can be great. And now we're getting this other foot, that joint articulation, circles in one direction, circles in the other. And then bring yourself out. So as we age, we have muscle loss called sarcopenia. And sarcopenia, or muscles, are so intricately in a deep relationship with our bones. So keeping our muscles strong, so doing this longer holds if you can. So let's warm up the feet. You could have a chair here if you need a chair, lifting the toes, bending the toes, lifting the, so I'm not moving up and down with my body. I'm just bending my knees, really articulating the feet here, getting those toes to bend, and then flip the toes under to get the top of the feet to stretch. If you do have tight feet when you do this, notice that in yourself, and maybe you do this more often. Really limber feet for communication of where you are in space. And then a little heel lifts. So if you have a wider stance, it's a little bit easier. Bringing your feet together is going to be a little bit more challenge. So do what's appropriate for you, lifting up and down. A wall if you need it, a chair if you need it. Keep that strength in your feet, strength in your ankles, strength in your calves. And then bring yourself here into an ankle stretch, coming onto the sides of the feet. And then come out. So we're gonna come into a warrior two. If balance is an issue, get a wall, or you could have a chair in front of you. So we start from mountain, and then we go to a wide stance. Now, ideally, your stance would almost be as long as your arms are. So if you find yourself in a more narrow stance because you're worried about falling, then get the wall or the chair to help you, so you will go wider and put more force in your hip joint and challenge your hip a little bit more than usual. So let's go to the left side first. Lift up the left toes and swivel on the heel. Keep your legs straight. So your left toes point to the left, and then pick up your right heel. Let's do a little bit of warm up for that knee. Shoulders are forward, up, back, and down. Let's inhale down and exhale up. Now I want you to think about the right foot. Push away from the right foot as you deeply bend the left hip and the left knee. So you're not going forward with your body. You're going down with your body. You'll go down with your body if you bend that left hip. So come into this, come a couple times, and then look at your left side. Make sure your knee is not caving in when you bend. Your knee is tracking over the middle of your foot. And then let's come down and stay here. So this is posture and strength. Lower your shoulders, slide your shoulder blades towards each other, and then push your arms back. That's going to activate your balance and your postural muscles in the upper back. Now bring your awareness to your right foot, grab the floor with the right foot, feel that pinky toe edge, then push away, see if you can bend the left a little bit more. Push the left knee to the left. Now squeeze the buttocks and try to pull the tailbone straight down. That'll help minimize that low back curve. Lift your heart, push your arms back, reach long with your fingers. It's a warrior posture. It's a posture of strength. Take one more breath. And then you're going to bring yourself out. Keep your legs wide here. Now, if balance is an issue, have a wall that you could be near so that you could come through this. This is even moving through the posture from one side to the other in a wide stance like this, getting you to go to internal and external rotation. All practice for fall and fracture prevention. And the pelvis and the hip is a precarious area that we need to be strong, flexible, and communicative in our body. Let's go to the right side. Pick up the right toes, move the right toes away and the left heel. And then we're gonna warm up this side. Push away from the left side to bend the right, to load into the right, bending the right hip and the right knee. You inhale to come into it. Keep pushing that right knee to the right, and then the next one we're gonna come down and stay down. Stay here. Lower the shoulders, press the arms back, bring your awareness back to the left foot and make that pinky toe edge connection, the feet, the ankle, the heel, the whole foot, get it involved. Can you push away and bend a little deeper? Push the right knee to the right, squeeze the buttocks, pull the tailbone down, and grab the floor with the pinky toe edge with the right toes. Lift your heart, lengthen your spine, lift your chest. Take deep breaths here. Be in this warrior posture. Push your arms back, push your shoulders down, lift your heart. Take one more breath. And then you're going to bring yourself up, bring yourself out. Let's bring the feet back to center. And then shake your feet. So notice if you feel the upper body work in this. So there's a lot of work in the warrior two for the lower body and for the pelvic area. There's also a lot of postural muscle work when you really work on keeping your arms up and lifted. And when we lift our arms against gravity, that's weight bearing. So let's get the block. So we're going to come into side angle, and side angle is the same bottom part as we do for the warrior two. And then when we come into it, we add rotational force to our spine. So creating that stronger spine and the muscles up and down the back. So when we do twists and back bends, that is very supportive of spinal health, which is a part of posture and a part of balance, that communication of balance. So to come into this, you could use a block if you're gonna use a block. Let's see. So put the block on the left side, and then we come from mountain. This is the posture of alignment into that wide stance. The wider, the better. And then with the left leg, lifting the left toes are away. The right heel is away. Wall behind if you need. And then you're gonna, shoulders are forward, up, back, and down. Push away from the right leg as you push away and lower down into the warrior two. From here, you reach long with the left hand, and then bring the hand on the thigh and the right hand up towards the sky. So with the side angle, you don't want to be collapsing. You don't want to be leaning here. You want to push your torso away. Keep a lot of length in your spine. Now this is the side angle, trying to rotate up towards the sky. Now, if you can, you could bring your arm on the inner thigh, or if you have the block and you could bend that left hip deep enough, you could reach down and put your hand on the block. Squeeze the buttocks, point the buttocks towards the back heel. Reach long with your spine and rotate. So this has strength and flexibility, opening up the inner thigh area for that communication of where are you standing, so your body can be prepared for balance. Take one more breath. Bring the block with you and bring yourself up. Block to the other side. So building stronger muscles is important for stronger bones. The right side, right toe up, left heel away. Shoulders are forward, back, up and down. Push away from the left as you lower down into the right side, warrior two. From here, you lengthen long and bring your arm onto your thigh and the left arm in the sky. From here, lengthen your spine and try to rotate your spine up towards the sky. That's where that rotational force comes, that adds some stimulation to the spine. From here, you could come with the arm on the inside or to the block And if you do the block, you're pushing away from it, not leaning into it. And you could go maybe a little deeper in that bend and lengthen your spine and rotate up towards the sky. Press your heart forward, long spine. Take one more breath. Bring yourself up and out and all the way out. Shaking your legs. So let's come into chair pose. I like to do chair pose with a block and a strap. So take your block and bring your block between your legs. And then the strap, we're gonna hold on to the strap because this will activate the upper body. So you could hold on to your strap, that's one thing, or you could create a loop and really push into it and turn on those upper postural muscles. If you do a loop, kind of go on the wider side here so you don't restrict your upper body, so you have some pretty good motion. So either pulling on the strap or using the strap to push into. Looking down, making sure that your toes are the same distance as the block. You're not too wide, and you don't have your feet wider than your block, and you don't have your toes pointing in or pointing out. Toes are pointing forward, and you are the distance of the block. From here, you're going to look forward. You're going to push your tailbone back, and then turn the tailbone down. So you're sitting back and down, and the arms go up. Then you bring your arms up here, and you push into the strap. You're sitting back and down, and then lengthen the back body from the lower ribs to the pelvis. The weight should be in the heels. You could lift your toes up here and feel that. Squeeze the block, go deeper if you can. Look down so you see the top of your feet. Bending your hip joint, lifting your torso. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and bring yourself up. Props are off to the side. Catch your breath. Stand in mountain to catch your breath. Close your eyes if you can. So I come down onto the ground to do the last part of the practice. So go ahead and get your blanket and anything else you may need when it comes time for Shavasana. When you come down, let's come down through a wide-legged squat. So a wide-legged squat, you're pushing your tailbone down, pushing your tailbone back, keeping your front spine nice and lengthened, bending your knees, coming onto your fingertips and then one knee at a time. So just learning how to maintain that safe spinal space as we move through space. And then come onto the ground. So coming to the side, reaching your arm away and bringing yourself down onto the ground. Bring your knees into your chest. Let's settle the spine, rock side to side. And then put your feet down. So we're going to do a bridge pose. And this is a back bend, doing the back bend posture. So let's do this with the block. This helps to stabilize the pelvis, stabilize the lumbar spine. So get a block, put a block between your legs, and then walk your feet closer to your body. And your feet are only block distance apart. And then take the blanket away from the back of the head. So we are trying to get a back bend here, a bend in our spine, especially in the upper spine, the thoracic. Making sure you stretch the front and you push the back of the spine into itself. So if you use your arms alongside your body like this, push down, lift up, and slide the shoulder blades towards the center. Now you place the shoulder blades in a good position. Lift your head, lengthen your back neck, tuck your chin to your chest. You should feel the weight right at the center of your head. Keep your arms alongside your body. Squeeze your block and tilt your pelvis back so you flatten your low back. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, push your feet into the floor, squeeze your block, squeeze the buttocks, push the tushy up towards the sky, and then push the arms into the floor. See how you could lift your rib cage a little more? And then inhale to lower. Exhale, push your feet, squeeze your buttocks, push your pelvis up, push your arms in to lift your spine. Inhale to lower. And on this next one, we're gonna come up and stay. Push your feet in, squeeze your block, push your pelvis up, push your arms to bend your spine as much as you can. Keep pressing your arms in to lift your chest off the floor to bend your spine. You could try putting your arms down alongside your body if that works for you, straight arms. Or if you reach under in clasp, you have to keep your arms straight and do not rest your body on your arms. Pushing your feet away, get as much bend in your spine as you can here. Really bend your spine. That's the goal here in bridge when we're doing this for osteoporosis. Squeeze that block, reach long with your knees, push your arms into the floor. Squeeze the block, reach long with your knees, push your arms into the floor. Squeeze, 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 push away from the floor, bend your spine, stretch the front of the spine, contract the back, push your arms, push your feet, squeeze the buttocks, squeeze the block. Strengthening the back of the body, the posture muscles, the balance muscles. Take one more breath. And then when you come down, let it be really slow. Lift your heels off the floor, squeeze your block, pressing the spine down onto the ground, one vertebra at a time. Blanket back behind your head. Take the block off to the side, draw the knees into your chest, and then rock side to side. Reach for your strap. Let's put the strap on the right foot. Lengthen the left leg, or keep that knee bent. Blanket is underneath your head. Walk your hands up, the closer to your feet. Now the goal here is to keep your legs straight and to keep the low back off the floor. Don't tilt your pelvis back. Push your right knee away, keep that leg straight, and now guide that leg towards the wall behind you. Don't let your low back press into the floor. Push the leg away, pull the leg back. Push it away and pull back at the same time. Pull down, feel that right buttock rooted in the ground. Feel the stretch behind the right thigh. Keep that communication for balance going up and down your legs. Push the knee away, pull it back. Arms are straight, leg is straight. Low back is off the ground. Push the left leg into the floor. Push the right leg away. Take one more breath. And then soften the bend in the leg. Let's switch. Bring the left leg up. Take the right leg long. Pull down in that strap. Push that left leg away and then left leg towards the wall behind you. Don't let your back flatten. Push the leg away and pull back. Push that leg away, pull back. No flat back.
Push the leg away, pull back, take one more breath. And then release. Knees to chest, knees are wide, soles of the feet up towards the sky, low back is pressing into the ground, side to side. Happy baby. If you have access to grab the big toes with a wide stance, you could do that. And then coming into the final posture of the day, Shavasana, final rest. Lift your head, lengthen your neck. Stay connected to your breath. Stay in that parasympathetic bone building zone. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Start to move your body.
Bending one knee at a time. And then draw one knee at a time into your chest. Rock side to side. Come on to your side. And from here, come all the way up. Sitting in a crisscross leg position. Bring your hands together and then bring your hands to your heart. Sit nice and tall. We'll close with a nice gentle humming sound. Take an exhale to create space. Inhale deeply. Bowing in gratitude. Namaste. All right, so thank you for being here with me live. Those of you that are here live, let me see. Okay, that's right. You only had 3 to do, Mary Jo. So we did 9 out of the 12 poses versus osteoporosis in the first series. So those are great postures. They're chosen to strengthen flexibility, strength, balance, posture, all the things that matter when it comes to bone health. So practice often, practice every day. Keep your muscles strong, keep your body strong, your bones, your balance, your posture for healthy, active living. All right, goodbye. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, please. If you like this, like it, share it with a friend, someone else that needs to be doing this as well. Thank you.